Freddie Nixon. He was a 3-time state champion wrestler in New York. 2-time All-American. D2 wrestler with over 100 matches in the books. He is a shoe-in for a team like CCS, a team that prides itself on creating beautiful, like striking competence, but phenomenal MMA grappling. And speaking of phenomenal, there's the phenom Jonathan Martin in the corner along with Shamik Harvey.
Oh, with the traditional Shamik Harvey slapping the hell out of him as usual.
The customary CCS.
I kind of.
You want a ritual?
I kind of.
Or you want to experience that? You want to go ask Shamik if he can do it to you?
I think it'd be disrespectful because I'm not.
No, you should do it for. But if you do it for your Instagram, he would probably like it. Like
yeah.
if you did like a video, yeah.
One day.
I think so.
Maybe I'll ask.
You got to experience. You got to know what it's like.
If it comes up.
It's not going to come up unless you go up and ask him.
If it comes up in conversation.
I'm surprised the fans haven't started doing that, like asking Shamik to do it because he does it for Brian at UFC, and even DC is like, man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, I kind of want. I really want him to do it to me.
You should ask.
I really want. You should.
And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, coming in as the independent fighter, looking to get that first W in the cage. Please welcome out Travis Scale.
Independent fighter.
Uh-oh.
So you'll notice that I spent a lot of time talking about credentials with Fred Nixon. Credentials sometimes matter in a fight. Now, let me tell you, this guy's probably the meanest guy I've ever seen in the locker room. Every time I saw him in the locker room, he was like this.
Mean buckets.
He got mad that the rules meeting was taking so long. I'm like, this is definitely your first time fighting, bro.
So we always talk about fight for it bingo. You know,
it's time for our first independent fighter of the night. Yeah, absolutely.
Our 0-0 independent fighter, which we had a little bit of a false start with.
Slaughter.
Slaughter came out no corner.
Yeah. But he at least like made up a pretend team to be on.
Right. Or that could be a circumstance. This was a choice.
Yeah. This guy's like, I don't have anybody in my corner, but this guy behind me, probably my brother, my best friend, my uncle.
Member, yeah. Friend or family member is usually who it is behind the independent.
I feel like he looks familiar too. I feel like this is not the first independent fighter he's brought here.
He's in good shape. He looks comfortable.
He made the weight.
Yeah, it used to be you could count on independent meant garbage. It doesn't necessarily hold true anymore. We've seen a few independents that have put some stuff together here and there.
Yeah.
We've yet to see one blow us away, but this could be the first. He's wearing proper fight shorts.
True. Yeah, that's something we don't see a lot of the 0-0 guys, even if they're from a good gym.
Yeah, it's usually basketball shorts.
Yeah. Fred Nixon looked just a little. Oh my goodness gracious! Fred Nixon with the big power. He's got the front headlock. He's not really interested in making this a wrestling affair. It looks like he looks to break him, and that looks like a knockout already. But they'll continue to fight on. Scales trying to make some defensive headway as Fred Nixon passes into the mount. It's Freddie Nixon on top, getting ready to get oppressive with the double unders.
He is smashing.
Yeah, he's walking it up. He's walking it up old school.
Crawling with those fingers and
oh, now he's in. This is called chopping block. So he's reached all the way across the head. He's holding the shoulder. That's a very hard. Okay, so he's going to just punch. I think that's a great idea because it seems like Scales has no idea what's going on. Turns his back. Freddie's not going to take the back. He's going to just punch, which I love to see. He doesn't rush anything. That's a CCS fighter right there. Controlled in the grappling. Like I said, he's a shoe-in for this team. His pre-existing skill set lends itself to another strong finish for CCS, and Fred Nixon picks up the first finish of his career in the first round, and a ton of people are here to see just him. You look around, you see a ton of Carolina Combat merchandise, but they only have one fighter here tonight. It's Fred Nixon, and he is victorious quick.
Thanks for coming to the trial class.
Lots of first round finishes here tonight at Fight For It. Travis Scales tried to go to his car.
He doesn't know.
our winner. Referee stoppage in the first round. Out of the red corner is Fred Nixon.
Freddie Nixon looking dominant by KO in the first, using the wrestling ability to secure the ground and pound finish. Beautiful work. Beautiful work from the CCS fighter. I expect nothing less from that team. But what really impressed me about this fight was the turnaround in skill and comfortability.
Fred.
Now we're going to find out how he feels.
You also have improved your record and stay undefeated at 2-0. Man, y'all boys at Carolina Combat, y'all just
rolling them
different.
dogs.
Yes, sir. Nothing but dogs. We train hard every single day. My sparring partners be kicking the shit out of me. I would let them down if I didn't do what I just did.
So, you got anybody out there you want to thank?
I got to thank Coach Tom. I got to thank my corner, Coach Tom, John, Shamik, always having my back, keeping me humble, ready to go. I got to thank my grandmother, wherever she is, Bonita Nixon, my mom, Sandrea, and my dad for getting me into wrestling in the first place.
Yeah.
All right, hey, our fight promoter, Marcelo, is looking for fighters like you. You ready to get that call for the next fight card?
Anytime.
All right, Marcelo, another one for you. There you go. Nice round of applause for Fred Nixon.
Look, I was on Chaz's show earlier this month talking about how amateur fighters can be stars. They can't sell out Madison Square Garden, but they can sell out the Grady Cole Center. There's a lot of people here just to see Fred Nixon tonight. And if he was higher on this card and put a little bit of promotion into his like 3-0, 4-0 fight, we could see a big turnout for this young man at the Grady Cole Center. He's an exceptional wrestling talent, at least.
The internet and social media has shown us how big the pie is.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are plenty of slices to get out of it. So you could be like just a dude.
Yeah.
And if you show a talent for something like this, you can turn yourself into a brand, into a star.
And he's on the best possible team to do that.
I couldn't speak as he came because I was looking at him. I was like, this is clearly an impressive individual. And I didn't know the guy, but he's scary.
Very, very scary. And in the first fight he had, he was able to control it the whole time with the grappling. He wrestled really well, but he didn't finish anybody. He didn't land hands like that. From the opening bell, he landed a strong punch that set the tone. Made Travis rather look for the body lock on him.
Smell wings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the production table. They're eating a whole bunch of chicken wings, and it's like what's wafting down this direction. And Marcelo's got chicken wings on my left, got French fries on my right. I'm just like,
and we're just over here. We're over here eating candy.
Eating Nerds
They got
clusters,
hot food everywhere.
I said right before the main event at the last fight for it, I was like, I could really go for some chicken wings. So chicken wings, if that's on your fight for it bingo card, go ahead and check that off.
Disgusting. A disgusting display.
Al Coley's reprimanding Marcelo for eating chicken wings cage time.
They're talking about us.
Yeah.
We're in trouble. Back to the action. Next up, Tyler Hallman. So it says 0-0, but that name's familiar to me. Am I